Welcome to the Elliptical Marquee selection tool. If you want to make selections that are either circles or ovals or ellipses, actually, the Elliptical Marquee tool, this is a perfect one for it. If you see this icon here, just click and hold down, get the fly out, go to the Elliptical Marquee tool, and we're set to go. Okay, here's the trick on this. I've kind of cherry-picked this image, haven't I? There are a lot of circles in here, perfect circles. Now I want to make a perfect circle selection. So let's go through this drill. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to go way over here, not even close to my selection, okay? So I'm going to click and drag, and you see it's, not even close to a circle. To get a perfect circle, hold down the Shift key. Now it pops to a perfect circle. Now I've got my left click down as I dragged out the selection. Now I have the Shift key down. Now I'm going to press down the space bar. And when I do that, now I can move my little marching ant selection around. Release the space bar. I'm kind of close. Now, again, I've still got the Shift key down. And I'm kind of getting closer. Hold the space bar down, reposition a little bit. And it's not going to be perfect, but it's not going to be too bad. Release the space bar, release the left click. Not perfect, but for our purposes for this tutorial, pretty good. Now I want to add to the selection. Now I want to select this guy also. So to add to the selection, as usual with the selection tools, hold down the Shift key and you see the plus sign come up. Now when I do that, I click and drag, left click and drag. Well, how am I going to get a perfect circle? Because to get the perfect circle, I needed to get my Shift key down. And my Shift key is already down to add to the selection. Well, here's what you do. Just release the Shift key and press it down again. Now you get your perfect circle. Hold the space bar down to reposition, and that doesn't look too shabby. A little hard to see, but not too bad. Release the space bar. My position is reasonably okay. Release the click, and there we go. Not perfect, but again, not bad for our purposes. Okay, now let's say I want to do this guy too. Now it's kind of a perfect circle, but it cuts off at the top here. So I'm going to do the same technique. I'm going to hold down the Shift key. I'm going to click and drag. I'm going to release the Shift key, press it down again to get a perfect circle, hold down the space bar to reposition, and I'm going to come up here. Not too shabby. Alright, go ahead and go with that. Release the space bar. My position is good. Release the left click. I'm there. But I've selected a little bit too much, and I want to take out of that. So if you're in that particular position, then what you need to do, probably most usefully, is jump to another selection tool, go to the lasso tool, and hold down the Alt or the Option key on a Mac to get the minus sign, remove from selection wherever, click and drag, and come around carefully around there, sweep it out, and we're good. Pretty good. Okay, Elliptical Marquee tool, that's about it. Adding to selections, repositioning, cutting out areas you don't like with the Alt or the Option key. Okay, now what we really want to do here at this point is we want to duplicate this background layer with only our selections, because we want to do stuff with these selections, whatever it might be. I'm going to think about creating an inner shadow on these selections. So with the marching ants going, go ahead and press Control J or Command J on a Mac. Now our selections only have been brought up to the new layer. I need to bring my selections back before I start playing with them, so do a Control click on the thumbnail or a Command click on the thumbnail to bring it back, and now do a double click on the layer. When you do that, now you get all these guys, and we've got another tutorial on all these layer style stuff, so definitely check that out. And so I'm not going to go into this in detail whatsoever, but I'm just going to go ahead and click the name inner shadow, not the box, because when I click the name, then I get all my options coming in here, which I'm going to play with the distance, the choke and the size. And you're not going to see that because I'm going to get it out of the way so you can see the effect come in. And I'm going to move the choke up a little bit, the size up a little bit, and you can see I can start really playing and making a cool, much more 3D kind of effect there. But yeah, check out our tutorial on layer styles, and that'll just about do it for the elliptical marquee tool. A real useful kind of guy. Don't forget to bring those selections up on a new layer and start playing around. Have a lot of fun with this. Elliptical marquee tool is real useful. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.